There are some major implications on the line here as we're bringing our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, can you break this down for people who are just joining the 2311 lawsuit in Front Row Motorsports here? Because everything was agreed upon during negotiations. That's part of the thing, saying, hey, you negotiated this. Now you're coming back after the fact. So what are their legal rights to say, wait a minute, even though we agreed to this, we still have some issues?
Well, they thought the agreed upon negotiated structure was already faulty, and that's why the two teams that are engaged in this, 2311 and Front Row, decided to not sign their charter, because they recognized that they signed the charter, then they'd have to be locked in for these deals and these terms that were bad. But after lap one, that's day one of this trial, we're nowhere near a checker flag. This is really, really going to come down to a number of things. I heard you guys hit on it before. Yes, it's a monopoly. There's nothing wrong with being a monopoly. I love the board game, and you can try to be a monopoly in real life. You just can't use that monopoly to have an unfair advantage and to now monopolize on it to your benefit, specifically financially, and to the detriment of competition. That's the key part. Have you so much so that created a monopoly where now there's no competition, so much that it's unfair competition? That's what the question will be. Have you isolated everyone else? Have you made it that, okay, these charters, for instance, with Michael Jordan's team is saying they're revocable. So yeah, I pay all this money, I'm giving $20 million per year, but at any point, NASCAR could say, whoop, let me get that charter back. That doesn't happen with a franchise in the NFL or in the NBA. And those are some of the things that you have when you have a former NBA owner in the lawsuit, because now he recognizes that, okay, what you guys are asking me to do is kind of like a franchisee in these other sports, but now you don't treat me like a franchisee because you could take it anytime. That's the crux of the issue, because you now have monopolized this whole era. Yeah, I can go in an open seat, that's what NASCAR would say, but I don't get the benefits of being it. It's like I'd be an at-will employee. You can get rid of me at any time.
Okay, so you're the lawyer in this case, and you're defending, you're presenting this. How hard is it for a case like this when you're talking about the Sherman Act and and it's an antitrust case, and it's not, like a murder trial where you see evidence and, people are kind of interested. How do you make this clear to a jury who might just be like, you and me, well, not you because you're a lawyer, but just the person off the street. Myself, yeah, me and Julian here, and we know nothing. How do you present this case in a way where you get your point across?
Well, I can say this. I clerked for a judge in Michigan, and I remember anytime we'd have a non-criminal case, I'd be in there falling asleep, and I'd be like, okay, we need more breaks. And I'd tap the judge like, it's time for a break. And so I know if I'm sleeping in there, the jurors are probably doing the same thing. And so I would say, as someone that has been in these scenarios before, you just got to do a pulse and check for your juror members to see, okay, are they following, are they tracking, regardless of what the facts are, even if they're complicated or if they're simple. If the jurors aren't paying attention, it really doesn't matter. And so I'm just trying to keep them engaged, and I'm trying to make this relatable. I'm trying to dumb it down as much as I can, obviously still getting in the facts, but making sure that I create this scenario, I paint this picture that they are the bad guys and my guys are the victim. I'm going to paint the picture of they're doing everything in their power to stop my clients from participating fairly in this market. And because they've created, dominated, and controlled this market, now no one can compete fairly. And any option that you've given is an option that limits their ability to compete fairly. That's the picture I'm painting. If I'm NASCAR, we're open. We're open for everyone. If you want to come and participate, you have a fair shot at this, and it's free. But I'm trying to make sure that the facts are not over anyone's head. Yes, we'll bring in experts. Yeah, we'll bring in a lot of numbers. But I want to ensure that there's a ton of breaks. I want to ensure that I hold the judge to whatever break schedule they have. And if I can throw an extra break in there, even better. Because if you can catch a juror coming right after a break, after they had coffee or had a drink or went to the bathroom, it's better than catching them 2 hours in between those where they're like, okay, I want to get to lunch. That's when you're trying to, those are the little things that you think about. Because if you're not, you'll lose them.
Khalif, obviously it comes down to, as you're saying, the jury. Is it fair or unfair? Some of the things that we've seen in terms of conversations, the text messages, the emails, does that kind of maybe influence the jury saying this almost seems like the old boys club with the way they're talking about owners of teams and even conversations, the way they talk to each other?
Yeah, I mean, it's painting the picture that, again, that they're the bad guy. So if you're putting these text messages in there or emails that they're talking about children and calling them old and a dinosaur, if you're putting the things in there, what they said about Tony Stewart, how they wanted to get rid of his other truck racing series, those are the types of things where they're saying, listen, this is evidence that these guys are the big bad boogeyman. If I can paint them as the bad guy and these folks that you looked at as heroes, these legends, these Hall of Famers as the good guys, then I can make them not like you. And regardless of what they say, they won't have any standing in the eyes of the jury.
Interesting stuff. Again, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, weighing on that. Day 2 going to happen today in Queen City News. We'll have coverage of that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.